You know, you would be surprised. All the diseases and problems that you experience are actually not yours. But your body continues to suffer them. Why does it keep suffering? These are the karmic consequences of your ancestors. And to experience the results of their karma, it is very important to have a human body made of flesh and bones. So what do the ancestors do? They transfer their karmic consequences onto your body, bit by bit. They inflict their suffering onto your body. And gradually, their suffering becomes your suffering, and your body continues to endure it. So you might be surprised to know that your own karmic consequences never even get a chance to be resolved. It is the ancestors who keep experiencing their own suffering, enduring and working through their own karma. The matter of karmic consequences is very straightforward. Whatever you have done, you will have to experience it. There is no way to escape it, no solution at all. Karmic consequences are resolved only by oneself. Whether you endure suffering to resolve them or you overcome them through the power of your own penance and austerity. You can also resolve your karmic consequences through the strength of your meditation practice or even by taking initiation. You yourself resolve your own karmic consequences. Through the power of penance, many people say, and you must have heard, it's a very interesting thing. There is always one question you have. You must have often heard people say, that we perform various acts of worship and traditional rituals. But the more we worship, the more suffering we experience. You must have heard this. You will often find people saying this, but they don't know the science behind it. This makes them sad, whereas they should actually be happy. When an astrologer tells you that you will go through 2 years of suffering, things will be difficult for you, then you are able to get through those 2 years quite easily. Because you have hope that after those 2 years, good times will surely come for you. With this hope, the 2 years don't feel as painful to you. If you don't know that good times will come after 2 years, then those 2 years of suffering will feel like 100 years have passed and you've died. You won't be able to survive. All sorts of thoughts will come to you. So when you knowingly are aware that you will face hardships, then enduring them doesn't feel as painful. So what happens then? What is the science behind those who do a lot of worship and rituals? The science behind increased suffering is this. There are some great priests, people say they are very devout, but still they face a lot of hardships. If they don't know the way to reduce the effects of their karma, then how do these hardships come? They come by God's grace. Those hardships are so that all your karmic debts are settled in this very lifetime. That is why the serious problems that keep coming before you through worship and rituals are meant for you to endure them in this very life. And by using your spiritual strength, by doing various practices, chanting and penance, you can free yourself from the cycle of 8.4 million life forms. Otherwise, if your karmas remain to be experienced, then you will have to come back in the next life to endure them. That is the science behind it. That is why a person who does a lot of worship and rituals often remains in great distress, because their karmas will be resolved very quickly and intensely. Then you will come to a state of peace. Either you will not face suffering in your next life, or there will be no next life at all. If you are fortunate and your spiritual power awakens, then the divine court makes many efforts to remove all your problems, to take them away from you, to end them. Just as the divine court has awakened many powers, it has awakened the power of Kundalini. There are children The children of the divine court journey towards the infinite. You might not be aware of this. Those sitting here on this stage are journeying towards the infinite, a place that cannot be reached even after taking 1,000 births. With the grace of Baba and Mother, and by the blessings of Lord Bholanath and Mother Kamakya, a person can travel to heaven and return in just a moment. They have journeyed through all the realms and returned within 24 minutes. Not just the heavenly realm. Those great seekers, those who perform intense spiritual practices, those who have become Buddhas, great sages and seers, where it takes them ages, the children of the divine court cross that distance in just a moment. They rise above everything, beyond their heads, and travel everywhere. In just 24 minutes, everyone's here. Even I travel and return. After traveling to great heights, so this is the journey of spiritual practice. It is the grace of your divine court that when you receive initiation, these chakras too, every single one of yours begins to open up and you journey forward through infinity. Then they lose interest in worldly things, saying that's the right path. With the power of your own penance, you are able to cut through your karmic sufferings. Sometimes you keep trying, but you can also get stuck. They can even get stuck up there. When you go without permission, you can get trapped as well. The infinite journey is truly wondrous. So karmic sufferings are cut away by your own efforts. The divine court provides countless methods and explains so much in so many ways. This subject is not about exorcism or rituals. This subject is a science. It is a complete science of the subtle world. It is the science of the subtle realm of the world of the dead. So, the ancestors attain liberation, and you too get relief from many problems. Their ailments go away, they leave, their diseases are cured. What do the ancestors do along with this? They exchange organs with your subtle body. Their own organs are damaged. What did they do? Why are they suffering? What did they do? They took your healthy liver and fitted it into themselves, replacing their own decayed liver. This happens in the subtle body. You don't even realize when this incident occurs. You just start experiencing discomfort. For absolutely many different people, for those in the Darbar, organs are constantly exchanged. The Darbar replaces them, new ones are installed, old and decayed ones removed. If needed, your subtle body is replaced. So that you become free from pain, so that pain is eliminated. You see your pain, surgery is performed. Standing there in 1 minute, the doctor says, to replace your knee, it will cost 500,000, maybe 700,000, but even then you won't be able to walk properly. They'll cut you open and put in an artificial limp knee. What does the Darbar do? If your surgery is done within 1 minute and your knees are fixed, what happens then? You immediately get up, sit down, and start walking. Everything starts working perfectly again. You get better. People come saying they need spine surgery. The doctor says so. They've brought the reports. Surgery is required. What does the Darbar do? In 10 or 20 seconds, spine surgery is done and you can do squats perfectly. Everything is fine. No pain at all. How is this possible? Because your faulty organs are replaced. On a subtle level, its effect is immediately felt in your body. If I start explaining, it would fill an entire science book. We are writing scriptures, but if you read those scriptures later on, you will come to know the science behind it. You get relief from your problems. That's a different matter. But it is also important to know what problem we had and how we got rid of it. This is the science to understand. Today's youth really wants to know these things. How does all this happen?